Yo, Tom! We're gonna show you how to get a nice little layout for windowed RuneScape escapades, kind of modeling how old school RuneScape makes their layouts, and how I ended up making my layout for RuneScape 3 that you may have seen from my previous videos. This is gonna be a pretty straightforward tutorial, and I hope you enjoy it. Be sure to subscribe, like, all that YouTube jazz, and let's get right into it. This is my overlay that I use for RuneScape 3. It's pretty straightforward. It just takes it straight out of old school RuneScape how it looks, as well as just kind of making it as applicable to RuneScape 3 as you can. You can see the damage chart, you can see my main ability bar, my chat bar, my inventory, and as well as my camera. If you get rid of the camera, you have the map in the top right corner. However, though, the main thing is that this is not my actual overlay, okay? There is not an official way to make RuneScape 3 look like this, and hopefully with the UI changes coming this in 2026, we're able to get an official layout for this one. If you'd like to see that, leave a comment below. I share these videos with Jagex, hopefully get some traction, but who knows? But the main thing that I can do to show you is how you can get a very reliable windowed layout if you do prefer to play not in full screen, because this is how I play RuneScape 3. I pull out the whole scene right here, and this is what my screen looks like. I play an ultra-wide monitor, and so I had to make the overlay for stream and content creating purposes because we created these big bars on the bottom, top and bottom of my screen, and so it becomes a little bit of a challenge to make overlays like that. However, the main thing that matters though is that this can be changed. The way that I do that is by making a overlay just by adjusting the UI itself, and it came out to something like this. And this is the windowed layout for RuneScape 3 that I've created. This is pretty simple. It gives you everything that you may need at all times, including your map, your mini-map, your inventory, equipment, your skills, your prayers, and then you have your little utility box here that has all of your HUD-related items. You have all of your ability bars here, your main ones on top in a horizontal, then the other ones are stacked on the bottom. Then you have your full chat box. You can separate your chats as well, and you have your emotes. And then you have a private chat. If you're yapping with some of your buddies here, they'll pop up like this, just like how the old days used to look, and then with a few other tweaks to it. This is a nice little way that you could play windowed if you'd like to. If you prefer like the old style of playing the game, which is fantastic, there is an option in the game to play windowed in general from your graphics. If you go into settings and then you go into graphics, there is a windowed section. However, the problem here when you do go from full screen into windowed is that sometimes it won't automatically save, especially if you move this window around, and this is where the beauty of third-party plugins come into play. I will not advocate to use a third-party plugin if you do not feel comfortable using it. I am using it because I saw that it had a few reviews online and it looks safe enough for me. However, I will not advocate for you to download a third-party plugin or app thing onto your computer if you don't feel comfortable. Use it at your own risk. That is my full disclaimer. If anything breaks, you get hacked or anything like that, it is not my fault. I am not smart enough to hack you. I don't care to do it, and I will just give that full disclaimer right there. Use it at your own peril. But I do use a third-party plugin to make sure the size maintains itself, and you can make this adjust. You can adjust this UI however you'd like to. I messed up and didn't add an audio source to the recording, so we're gonna wing it and just do a nice little voiceover. Go into your settings, hit escape, or hit that beautiful little cog window item in the little hub item that you may have on your UI, and then I'll open up your settings. Hit edit advanced layout mode. It'll pull up all the beautiful UI things that you may need to see. From there, you're gonna get a beautiful little scroll list. It'll show you all the things that you can edit and play with your UI. Get rid of the minigame UI HUD. Doesn't really matter. No one plays minigames anyways at the moment. But from here, you can adjust this however you may need to, right? Set it into the window size that you want. And then the key thing here is that you get your mini map at the top right corner, your inventory on the right side underneath that. Make sure you have it set to the 4-tile range, because that's how many tiles it is going to be. If you want to judge how big it needs to be from there, open your skill set and put it onto the side, same block where your inventory is. From there, you're going to want to make sure that's set to 3 rows across. That it's going to set it down, and then when you bring it, how low you need to bring it needs to be the same length that you have your skills at. That way there's no scroll bar having to scroll through your skills. You just have it set to the perfect length, and that'll set your inventory. Same thing as well. Now, problem when you're doing the UI is that you're going to you may end up resizing, and we're going to talk about how you can make sure you have the same size UI every single time using the Sizer app plugin. This is not a sponsored video. It's literally just a thing you need to make sure you can have a consistent size for your windowed UI. To get your ability bars to display in the bottom right corner in little cubes, the way you're going to do that is by clicking and dragging inside of here from the corners and adjusting it around. You can move these ability bars wherever you like on the screen. You can put them however you may like to. And this is how I like to have it in the bottom right corner, because you can see all of your ability bars as needed. If you wanted to make sure that you can display all of your ability bars, you're going to open up your settings, click combat and action bar, and then in that setting, you're going to hit action bar. You'll scroll down until it says display additional action bars. Click that to whatever bar you want to be displayed, and it'll show those ones as well. Fantastic if you need to do any extra actions, or you just want to make sure you have something in the same exact spot every single time. Put as many or as little as you'd like. You can have a maximum of 4 additional bars displayed, and just pick whatever ones you'd like to see. Additionally, from there, you're going to have your chat box on the bottom left portion. You can adjust it to whatever size you need it to be, and you can also adjust the size of the font being inside, clicking the cogwheel that is inside of your chat box and adjusting the font size from there. It goes up to 24, I believe. I have mine set to 16, which is the perfect size because the big ones hurt my eyes. Next, you can look at your debuff and buff bar icons, which will show in the bottom right corner. I like these in the bottom right corner because you can kind of look at them anytime that you need to. It doesn't take up any space, and it's perfectly sized right in that beautiful little corner of their planet. After that, you can set that to have the buff bar on the bottom, because that's going to be the thing you're going to see more often than not. Your debuffs only show up in boss fights or inside of a scenario, which may be draining your stats or adding some kind of debuff to you. Your channel bar is just for channeling abilities that will show up when you're using, obviously, channeled abilities. That only shows up when it happens. It doesn't really take that much space up. Just leave it at the bottom, at your foot of your character. I think that's the best way for your eyes to realize where that may be. And additionally, for your bank, you want to click and adjust that however your bank is laid out. For me, my bank is pretty wide, big, and girthy, like how I like it. So I make sure that it is the full size, almost the full size of the entire game view. So make sure to adjust it to whatever your bank layout may need. Lastly, for the UI, to make sure everything fits perfectly, to remove the heading names of all of your open windows, you want to go into your settings one more time, go into gameplay, using the search bar at the bottom, type slim, and then you'll see slim headers. This will remove the names on the top of all of your windowed icons, and then you're easily going to be able to put everything where you need to be, and it would be the same size and sleek looking at the same time. The third-party plugin that I use is called Sizer by Brian Apps, and you're going to click on here. You go inside, it gives you a very brief rundown of what it is, and pretty much what it does, it saves the size of your window. You can do this for anything else on your computer as well. Again, use it at your own discretion. I use the MSI installer, and then you just go through the little prompts, you install it, and then you're good to go. You'll see at the bottom right of your screen, you'll have this little hidden icons thing going on. You just go ahead, open up Sizer, configure Sizer, and then this window will pop up. With the Sizer window added in, what you can do here is add a size. You create the size, and what Sizer also does is that it'll show you the size of the window that you need. So if you're not going to end up playing with the window sizes that I'm using, that's perfectly fine. Adjust it to whatever your monitor needs are, and you just go ahead, you'll click. It'll show you how big your window is. For me, it's 1407 by 1013, and that is exactly what I have as my preset. You scroll all the way down, you'll add a size, and then from here, you'll just type in the dimension that you just had, and then you'll rename it. I renamed mine OSRS RS3 windowed, and then you would hit OK. I'm not going to do that because I already have mine pre-made. And so what happens is now you're going to have to use a little bit of a little key combo here. It's going to be Control Window Z. And so now if you want to resize your window and keep the size of your stuff every single time, you can adjust it and just click the name of the preset you just made. For mine, it's OSRS RS3 1407. That's the size of the configuration. You'll click that, and it resizes your window. So if you put this bad boy in full, and now, oh no, I need to readjust it, you just hit Control Window Z. It pops up the prompt that you created before and resizes your window and snaps it right back to wherever you may have it. That way you have your window layout at any moment. Editor moves here. I forgot the key part of all this. If you'd like to use my UI as a template, be sure you just steal it from me. Just take it from me. Grab a little goblin. What you do here is go into settings. You'll hit escape. Go to edit layout mode again. You got to stop whatever activity you're doing. Hit edit layout mode. From here, you can load from a player. So how you do this is very simple. You'll type in my name. It'll begin to generate my layouts, and then you'll pick the one that pops up. The one for me, for the layout that you need, it's going to end up being called bank standing. I can't type in my own name. Just type out bank standing. Take this very last one, and that's going to be the one for the windowed layout. It gives you the dimensions and everything that you may need. Again, the sizes that I use for this layout are 1407 by 1013. You put that into Sizer, you make that your pre-layout one, and then you're good to go, baby. So be sure to go ahead and just steal the UI from me and then model it however you need to do it. And that's pretty much how you do it, y'all. I apologize that I cannot show you a real way, a real official way to make an RS3 layout like how I do in the regular videos, but this is the best I can do. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to give you guys a little short tutorial of how I do it and how you can do yours best way you can and adjust it from there. You can tweak however you need to in the settings, and hopefully you can make it playable and do it whatever you need to, and just honestly just have a good time. I've enjoyed playing it in windowed. I did it for the last couple hours just to see how it feels, if it is usable, if it makes sense, and I think this is genuinely a usable interface if you do prefer playing in windowed. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you learned something new today, and I'll catch you in the next one. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, all that YouTube jazz, and yeah, man, watch this other video. This video is pretty fire.